All right, welcome back, everybody. Past winners of the Peggy v. Helmerich Distinguished Author Award include Norman Mailer, John Grisham, Toni Morrison, and a whole lot more. This year, Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist and short story writer Richard Ford is being honored. But before he visits later today with high school students, we've got him right here in the studio. Mr. Ford, thanks for coming in today, sir.
Lovely to meet you, Keith.
Certainly appreciate it. We're trying to figure out a little bit earlier if this was the first time or not that you've been in Tulsa. You said maybe in the late 60s you were passing through sometime at night.
When my wife and I were driving to California from Little Rock, maybe at about 11 o'clock at night, we were in Tulsa.
But you still recall it.
Oh,
so
absolutely
see,
vivid.
That's the way Tulsa is, man. It just sticks in your brain.
Once you're in, you're never out.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, you know, you've won the Pulitzer Award, Pulitzer Prize. You've won a number of other awards. And I was asking you earlier, I said, well, the Helmerich, though, that's a big deal to us. But you said, for you, that's a big deal as well.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't such a big deal. Christina and I came together from Billings. You know, it honors the library, and I'm just a sort of a specimen writer for things like this. It's about readers, and it's about encouraging people to read. It's about honoring the institution, the civic institution that is the library. So for me to get to come here and do that is more than an honor, it's a privilege.
You know, a lot of writers, when you look at their background, they've done so many things, and they pull in all those things and they write about them. I was looking at something. You were a locomotive engineer's assistant. You were in hotel management where you were in the school. You were in the Marines for a little bit. You've done a little bit of everything.
And I failed at all of them. You know,
well, almost. Thank goodness, though, right?
Well, I don't know. You know. Blind pig finds an acorn, I guess, is how that works. But yeah, I think probably at the end, the short end of all of those sticks, I learned a little, and all you have to be as a novelist is somebody who knows a little about a lot of things. And so I knew a little about a lot of things, but a lot about not very much.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true or not. If anyone who's ever read your books, they know more. It's more than just experiences.
But I don't have anything else to do. So if you don't have anything else to do,
you got to find something.
You can put a lot of things into books if you got the whole of your life to do it.
You know, I think another thing too that I found very interesting is you said you have mild dyslexia.
Yes.
That to me, when I think about that aspect alone, and to be a reader, like you said, a prolific reader and writer, how does that work? How were you able to overcome that?
Well, first of all, it was mild, and there are people who have dyslexia whose problem mild, and they have a much harder time overcoming it than I did. What I just had to do was slow down at everything. You know, in school, everything's timed. It was even timed when I was in school. You had to finish a test at a certain amount of time. What I figured out I had to do was just take whatever time I needed to read and to concentrate, and thereafter it all sort of stuck in my brain. But I just couldn't do it when I was in law school. I had a hard time in law school just because I couldn't do things fast enough, which I guess is important to be a lawyer, but it's not important to be a novelist. However long it takes as a novelist is how long it takes.
How long it takes.
And it gets better the longer you work at it.
Yeah. You'll be speaking later on, as a matter of fact, in about another 35 minutes or so. You're going to be speaking to high school students. Yes. And then tomorrow morning you'll be speaking as well. That's at 10:30. Folks can expect to talk more about your life and more about your books and the characters in them.
Maybe so.
Maybe so? Oh, I see. That's a tease, huh? We'll just have to see. You'll have to see for yourself. But listen, sir, thank you very much. Wish we had more time, but thank you very much.
Nice to be in Tulsa.
Congratulations on the Helmerich. That's pretty cool. We're glad to have you here as well. All right, the Richard Ford Helmerich Distinguished Author Award, where he's winning an award, the public presentation and the book signing is tomorrow at 10:30 at Central Library, first floor, 5th and Denver. To find out more about the Helmerich, you can go to tulsalibrary.org.